It's beautiful.
Most wizarding properties have wards around them. My family's house is protected against all manner of intrusion. There is also a muggle-repelling charm to deter any muggles from seeing the property. Only myself or Rosalind can permit anyone entry.
That's very useful. Would my parents have had wards around their home when Voldemort attacked them?
They most certainly would have. Your parents were under an additional protection, something called the Fidelius charm. It involves the magical concealment of a secret inside a single living soul. If the secret keeper refuses to speak, then the secret can never be discovered.
My parents' secret keeper betrayed them, didn't they?
Yes, your parents put their faith in a close friend, Sirius Black, who divulged the location of their home to Voldemort.
Black, as in my last living wizarding relatives.
You must understand, though, Harry, that it is unconfirmed if Sirius Black really was the secret keeper. He is serving a life sentence in Azkaban, the wizarding prison, for the murder of another wizard, Peter Pettigrew, and 12 muggles.
Gareth, I don't know how comfortable I am being put with that family.
Perfectly understandable. You will be remaining with my family until we have thoroughly screened any potential guardians for you from the Black family. I swear to you, not all members of the Black family have such a criminal background.
I'll give them a chance.
That's all that I ask of you, Harry. Now, let's go inside, shall we? The Department of Magical Law Enforcement.
Lord Greengrass, I received your emergency missive requesting I attend a meeting between you and the Minister.
Yes, Madam Bones, I'm afraid earlier today we had an alert of a wizarding child presenting at a Muggle Child Protection Agency.
I saw the Minister had agreed to see us both at 4 o'clock. If we leave now, we will be right on time.
Ah, yes, Madam Bones. Always a pleasure. And of course, Lord Greengrass, welcome, welcome.
Forgive me, Minister, but who is this?
Ah, yes. Forgive me for not doing proper introductions. This is my new Senior Undersecretary, Madam Dolores Umbridge. She'll be sitting in to take notes for this meeting. You made it sound important.
Minister, I'm afraid this must be a closed meeting between us. I appreciate your wish to have your new Undersecretary present, however.
Senior Undersecretary, Mr. Greengrass.
Regardless of Madam Umbridge's position, Minister, this needs to be a private meeting.
Well, now that you've sent my staff away, what is this emergency meeting about?
At approximately 12 o'clock today, my employee, Ms. Abbott, received a red alert. A wizarding child had presented at a Muggle Child Protection Agency. Together we travelled to the site. There we found the Muggle authorities had begun an investigation after the child had made disclosures of abuse.
I am sorry to hear that. But forgive me, what part of that required an emergency meeting with the Minister for Magic?
I would think it would be enough that this is the first case of a wizarding child being abused in a Muggle setting in over a decade. But if you need any more convincing, the child we removed today from his Muggle relatives was Harry Potter.
Merlin's beard. What is to be done? The press will have to be notified. Perhaps a statement from the boy. We can spin that in a good light.
Mr. Potter is now in my temporary custody, until we identify an appropriate blood relative to place him with.
Well, we must organise a press conference right away.
Absolutely not.
I beg your pardon?
This cannot become some media circus, Minister. Confidentiality is key until the boy is safely placed with his future guardians. At this stage, our only responsibility is to ensure Mr. Potter's safety and to locate the most appropriate guardian.
Madam Bones is correct. Mr. Potter has been through enough trauma without his abuse being splashed across the tabloids.
You could make a statement, Mr. Greengrass, as Mr. Potter's temporary guardian. Perhaps just a short press release explaining the ministry has become involved.
I am sorry, Minister, but that would be an abuse of my power. Any press releases must wait for the permission of Mr. Potter's future permanent guardian.
Ah, yes, I see. A bit of discretion now and the payoff will be even better in the long run.
Absolute discretion, Minister, until Mr. Potter is settled with his new family.
Yes, yes, Madam Bones. The press won't hear a peep out of me. Merlin's beard, Madam Bones. You can be quite intense, of course I understand.
That man is truly insufferable. A child has been abused and all he cares about is how he appears to the bloody press.
That's politicians for you.
My niece, Susan, is the same age as Mr. Potter. The thought of anything of this nature having happened to her is disturbing.
He will be safe with my family until we identify his relatives through the heritage test.
Mr. Potter's nearest relatives would be the Blacks, though, yes?
Yes, Harry Potter's paternal grandmother was Doria Potter née Black. I believe she has 2 surviving siblings, Pollux and Cassiopeia Black. I rather had my hopes set on Cassiopeia Black as a possible guardian, not her older brother. She never married and has had no children. She reportedly had a successful career across Europe as a curse breaker, and only recently returned to England in her retirement.
Very well. If this Cassiopeia Black passes all the necessary guardianship tests, then there should be no issue with her taking custody of Mr. Potter.
If that is all, Madam Bones, I should be returning to my home, as I am expecting Miss Abbott to arrive with the remainder of Mr. Potter's belongings.
Yes, of course I won't keep you any longer.